All right, let's go over some of the traits I'm looking for. It is now, it's like Tuesday at 1:30 a.m. London session starts at 3. So let's go over some of the trades I'm looking up for, looking for basically Wednesday, London session. So first trade is AUD CAD. I'm looking for trade to pretty much come down and this um, hit this trend line and come back up. Okay, so basically time came, not time, but the chart came. We made a higher high, and I'm looking for a retracement. So I'm looking for a price to actually come and make a retracement. We made a higher high and beat these last two. So for us to come in and actually take out the rest, we'll go back on the 1 hour. We go to the 4 hour. All right, so if I look at AUD, the Swiss franc dollar, we made a higher high. I'm looking for price to come down to the last zone somewhere up in this area, retest and go back up and hit the trend line. As you can see, we were we were in an uptrend. Price were making higher lows and higher highs. We broke character, right? Broke structure, came back up, pretty much hit this zone for a while, was consolidating, broke that structure. Now I'm looking for a retest, a break and retest to for basically price to come and hit this trend line. And then after that price hit that trend line, we can actually confirm if we're in a downtrend because it'll start going down. And at that time, we will be able to, let me delete this. So we're pretty much looking at this area. We broke it. All we need to do is to pretty much confirm with a break of trend line and ultimately the break of the structure here. So that's kind of what we're waiting on. So after we can break and retest here, go back up, I'm looking to capitalize on the off of this and looking to see if they can tap that trend line. So AUD USD, you can see the structure here. Pretty much the same thing. We're in an uptrend. We broke structure, consolidate, consolidate, consolidate. All I'm looking for now is I'm looking for some type of confirmation that we are indeed on a downtrend. So I'm looking for price to come up, retest this trend line, go back down. Um, we never like we made a high here. We start from a low, went to the high. I'm looking for price to pull back in the golden zone somewhere around here. Same thing as last time. This is the last high. So this low is pretty much the break of structure. Once we break and retest this, there's a downtrend. So we haven't did that yet. We're pretty much on an uptrend. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking for price will come here, retest this, give me some rejection candles, and then come back up in this area for a trade to I can basically start to take and fill on the 4 hour, fill all this gap up. I'm looking for price to fill all this gap. All All right, so if I look at GBP Swiss franc, as you can see here, uh, the last video I had did Sunday, this was the trade. I didn't take this trade because of the European bank was closed. We didn't have a lot of volume, but it was a winning trade. So basically, this is another zone. If price gets to here, it's a good trade. So basically, what I'm looking to do is from the low to the high on a higher time frame, I'm looking for price to pull back. I'm looking for price to pull back in this area and go back up. You see here we had a downtrend, price broke, and I'm looking for price to come back and just retest somewhere up in here. If we can come to this zone, give some rejection candles and come back up, and we're able to beat this area. I'll be somewhat interested to take a trade like this, but I really wanted to confirm. I could enter down here. Once I get like a confirmation candle, I could make my entry here. I could make my entry here, do my nice 1-to-1. At this point, at this line, if we reject, I'll go ahead and hit my take profit because I've already hit my 1-to-1. And it'll go down, break even. That's like a base hit. Or we can keep going, and I'll take it all the way up. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on that trade. I look at GBP New Zealand dollar. I'm looking for price to come down. As you can see here, on a higher time frame, we broke, came back, got to a downtrend. We got to a downtrend. Here's an indication from the top to the bottom. Here's a drawback to the golden zone. And I'm looking for the price to give some rejection candles and come back down and fill this beautiful area, this free range. If price ever decides to actually come up here, this is a good spot to trade in on a lower time frame. So that's what I'm looking for on that one. GDP USD. Of course, if price comes here, I'm not going to take this trade though because there's red folder news coming up, and there's also maybe I shouldn't take this one too. The United States has red folder news. I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, this trade will probably be done played out by the time that. So that's what I'm looking for.